Welcome. Just pull the rug out from under me if you don't mind. I'm just glad you decided to do that, Rick. Uh, welcome. Greetings and salutations to another wonderful episode of Gammablerds. We're here live and direct from undisclosed locations, of course, and we're coming to you to give you some entertainment and updates and everything else that we usually do, as we do week to week. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
I am Lillian Dessous, self-proclaimed internet auntie and chaos gremlin extraordinaire.
That's right. You are Gremlin because you're small. What's going on, everybody? It is Mr. Hank Hill himself. It's the obliterated urethra. It's your boy Rick. What's going on?
Why?
All
Whatever.
right, in local news today, Rick still has a catheter in his body, so he's still peeing through a tube. In other news, there are
We went
things
into graphic
going
detail about that,
on.
by the way, right before we went live.
That is medical detail. That's not graphic. I just used terms that we all
It's graphic.
understood.
It's graphic for me. Yeah, go ahead. Hit that first topic. Go ahead, because
All right.
yeah.
First topic is serious shit's going down. The United States government has secured property in Pennsylvania for a concentration camp. I think they're officially calling it like a detention facility, but who gives a shit about lying today? It's a concentration camp. We all know it.
Facts.
Um,
I saw this from Pearl Mania. But go ahead,
I,
Rick.
no, yeah, I'm pretty sure we all saw this from Alex. And his screaming,
Alex Pearl.
his Perlman,
Yeah.
his screaming White Panther technique that he does on Facebook on Instagram. Yeah, I've seen this, and I mean, listen, we live in an age where like this is the second big one that has been talked about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the first one, everybody forgets about Alligator Alcatraz and how recent that was, even though it was shut down by a judge. But I mean, also we know that this administration doesn't give a shit about that, and they'll probably still use it.
I feel
Um,
like this administration is tantamount to Andrew Jackson just in 2026.
yeah, just fuck it, I do what I want.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was next. I didn't understand that
Oh,
reference.
Andrew
Sorry.
Jackson is the American president that did the Cherokee Trail of Tears against the United States Supreme Court judgment. The Supreme Court sided with the Cherokee Nation, saying y'all don't have a right to remove these people from their land. Andrew Jackson said, "Fuck it, I do what I want," and moved them anyway. And that's how they wound up in Ohio and lost a quarter of their population.
And he's on the $20 bill. Um, yeah, yeah. Like, god damn it, if he's on the 20, what is it? But give a little bit of background information for you, there, Horace. Be happy. But anyway, yeah, like so. At what point are we gonna realize that we don't have to play by the rules? Like, why are people trying to do respectability politics, and why are people trying to adhere to the rules when your opponents don't adhere to the rules? Essentially, at this point, the Democrat strategy is, hey guys, let's just wait until let's just let them tire themselves out. They're that white parent at the restaurant who just says, let him just tucker himself out. When once he gets tired, then we'll take over. You know what I mean? And that's clearly a tactic that's not going to work.
Truly. Truly.
Tuckering themselves like you're telling a kid with an AK-47 and unlimited ammo to wait till they tucker themselves out. They're not.
They
It's not gonna
will,
happen.
but it'll be like 1,000 people later. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. No. So to more to that, we don't have to go by the rules. We really don't. We really don't. I've seen plenty of videos. I forgot the bald guy with the biracial family, who's very outspoken. I forgot his name, but he
Which
usually
OG Matt,
one?
OG Matt from the town. I know you're talking about. I know you're talking
yeah
about right off the bat.
he
The
he
swole dude,
the big old dude. Yeah, he's about it. He's about
OG
it.
Matt.
And I see a lot of the videos that he posts where it's just like it was one. The most recent one I saw this morning was a Hispanic family or a Latino family. I'm not sure how to appropriately say that, but a Latino family. There's a white guy who was in the park with them, this guy and his kids, and he started singing Vanilla Ice Ice Baby to the dude and his kids. And that went exactly how it should have went. And that Spanish dude put hands on that dude in front of us, knocked him clean the hell out. Like I'm all about it. I'm all about it. Please don't come up to me. Don't come up to me, especially now with my kids. I'll walk away. But if my kids are around and you got to catch it. You got to catch it. It's just that simple. So no, we ain't playing by no rules. Don't come
Listen,
knocking on my door. None of that.
At this point, I've been looking to smack fire out of somebody. All I need to hear is you say and make an ice joke or infer something towards somebody that I care about. Hell, somebody that I just met a couple minutes ago and we have a good rapport. I could be at the laundromat doing laundry and you come in talking crazy. I promise you, I'm gonna smack that narrow ass nose off somebody's face. Um, like so, did anybody see the clip of the guy who the comedian? He started his own. He has his own ice hotline, and he started his own ice hotline, and he had he played a video of a kindergarten teacher trying to report a family.
Mm-hmm.
That their kid was in her class, and she was reporting the family, and she's like talking to him about it, and he's just repeating back everything that she's telling him, and she's just like, well, when you say it like that, you make it sound bad. He's like, I'm just saying what you're saying. You're like, you're suspicious of them being here. You know what I mean? Like, and they have a 5-year-old, and you just find it weird that they came from Honduras. Like, okay, so it's just, but this is the level of psychosis and dissonance that these people have. Like, it's just, well, you know, they it just doesn't seem like they came here the right way. Nobody fucking came here the right way. Like nobody historically, no one has been here the right way except for the indigenous people that lived here before they were colonized into oblivion.
Literally.
You can't be illegal on stolen land. Period. Like they like to pretend like we don't know the history of this country. You stole it. You literally stole it. One thing I do want to say while we're on this topic is that
Mm-hmm.
it's I've seen a couple of videos where there are black people who are reacting to the call to arms, essentially, by people who are protesting in Minneapolis, and they're like, when we were going through our strife, did we call for your help? Did we ask for your help? Did you ask? Like, I wish people would stop that. Like, just if you can help somebody, help somebody. I understand that. No, we did not. We didn't ask for help. No, there was no where the white people at when any name a person has been killed. But at this point, we don't need to have any more division. I feel like that's causing more separation between people than anything. Like if you see somebody, if I see a person who's being chased down, I know the rules. I'm like if I'm in a business and they come in, I know I can't stop. I'm just not gonna say anything. But I'm not gonna prevent them. I'm not gonna bar them. I'm gonna try to help them best I can. But I'm not gonna sit there and be like, well, they ain't help us when we needed it. Like, no, that's not the Christian way to be. So I hope that people can do better. What's up?
No, I was gonna say, I mean, division amongst minorities is the colonize is play
Is the
number
colonizer.
14. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's right
colonizer
out of the colonizer
mentality.
playbook. Yeah, and
Yeah,
so like that's not that's a again that's an unfortunate mindset that some people have, but also I like to think of it as an uneducated mindset that
Yeah.
people have.
yeah,
And it really has no place in whatever's going and what we are dealing with right now currently. Like we don't need more division. We need more unity.
yeah. Completely agree with that. Uh, sorry, I'm scrolling through this damn thing and
Nah,
didn't do
because
what I
I
wanted.
I moved I moved things around a little bit just
What?
to jumble light subjects together. So, in other news that runs very much along the lines of ice, uh, AEW fans had some shit to say, didn't they?
Yes, yes. What was that? Wednesday night. Wednesday night. AEW fans were saying "fuck ice" audibly, loudly for the entire crowd to hear. Well, they were the crowd,
They were the
but
crowd.
they were the crowd. It was not edited out. It was not changed.
Hmm.
And I think MJF, he's now on me. He got another meme of himself and him just sitting there like, ooh, like I mean, it's just the truth.
Um, real quick, shout out to Maxwell Jacob Friedman. One of the most lowly, best working heels in the wrestling industry right now. But something that I've learned about this with looking behind the business and behind the curtain, one of the best people working. Actually, the two men that were in the ring during that match to when the chance broke out were MJF and Brody King, who is the lead singer of God's Hate. And also he's the one that had the fuck ice shirts or abolish ice shirts that were sold as part of raising money for people affected by ICE and all of their terrorism that they've been wrought. And yeah, like this was the perfect match for it because the two guys who are in the ring are both anti this administration and in support of just all people of color and minorities being able to live and exist in this world and tolerant of everyone. You know what I mean? And the way that we all should be. So yeah, this is just another good look for AEW when it comes to as far as it goes with social standing and socially, being for the people, being the company is for the people and not the company that actively works against and hates its fans.
Yeah, yeah. I really I feel bad now because I really should be watching AEW more. I've started watching WWE again, and I have another reason to stop watching it yet again beyond the Royal Rumble that we had last weekend because they started it with pretty much everybody who's popular in black. Going to throw them in there early, work them like a horse, and then throw them over the top rope. That's pretty much what the Royal Rumble was to me. I was not excited about that at all. And then come Friday last night, apparently Cody Rhodes, shout out to Herb because he definitely recorded this and sent it to me. Cody Rhodes made a very crass comment about, endowments. Fucking, I ain't gonna play around with it. He basically said Roman Reigns and CM Punk are having a dick measuring contest, and he's lucky he's not in it because then he would win because they call him Raheem. Like, really? And for all you motherfuckers, yourself included, Rick, who called us Mama Black, I'm blaming y'all because y'all let this shit happen.
Lillian, I'm sorry. Were you about to say something, Lillian?
I was just wondering. I don't understand what the significance of Raheem is.
Okay, so I'll give you the backstory, and then I'll go into where I was going, what I was going to say.
Okay.
So, and Cody was one of the founding members of AEW, and he had an angle going where he was wrestling against a black British boxer turned wrestler named Anthony Ogogo, and Cody cuts this promo basically saying that Cody married a black woman. Her name is Brandy Rhodes. And at the time she was pregnant, she had just had that she'd given birth to their daughter. And Cody cuts this tone deaf ass promo about basically ending racism because he married a black woman and had a mulatto child. People on the internet. Hmm? No, no, no. So anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, 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 no. He didn't. He didn't. He did. But right, because I'm getting all my playback and no, but so essentially people on the internet kind of took it and ran with it, and they were calling him. They were saying like he's one of the few black men in wrestling who actually is about something, or actually is getting pushed. And I was one of the people that was going with it just because the shit was stupid. It's so stupid, and his promo was so fucking tone deaf. Um, and yeah, people would call him Cody Raheem Rhodes, and their Black History Month when he would win during the Royal Rumble when he would win. People would put it up as a black champion winning. But again, that shows you how starved people were for black people to do anything in WWE that you had to go to the extent of calling this clear white man a black man. So yeah, I mean, and again, like I said, I've had as much fun with it as anybody else. I'm sure if Cam was in the comments right now, he'd be talking about it, making a joke about it. But last night was a bad look. And honestly, like Cody has had several bad looks when it comes to the world of politics here lately. I know someone asked him directly about who does he support, and he's just like, I feel like we should leave that out of wrestling, and we should. And they're just like, bro, your boss it continues to inject it, and your boss's family that he went out of his way to marry into, they continue to inject it into their business. So, I mean, and then also the company that you work for, like the old incontinent old man always shows up at UFC fights all the time, shitting and pissing on himself next to people. So, I mean, maybe you should talk to the companies that you work for about keeping it out of.
Okay. I'm sorry, Lynn. You
Yeah,
have
go
anything you want to
ahead.
add to this?
That's I'm caught up.
Okay. Uh, the funniest thing this week, funny but also sad, is audibly hearing our commander in chief shitting his pants.
Oh, that did happen, didn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Sound like a wet
I was,
fart.
I was like it. What it, you know what you know a muffled fart when you hear
No,
one.
I said a wet fart. You know the
All
questionable
right.
ones. Yeah,
So
yeah,
so
yeah.
this is the thing. This is the thing, and this is I can't believe we just now get into this and me saying this. I watch his press conferences just to watch the people around him, just to watch the faces, because somebody is always going to tell you when he shit himself or when he's coming in shitting it, or he's already shit
He already
himself.
smells like shit. He already
Yeah,
smells like shit.
yeah. And it's just, or it's funny to watch when he goes somewhere and he shakes someone's hand, or like does the appropriated bro hug that people that happens now, and you can just see someone's face and they always give you that like whoa, what the hell was that? So yeah, I that's something that I enjoy. That's a little drinking game for you and your friends.
How many times has the president shit himself?
What? No, we're not gonna count.
The world will never know.
We're not gonna count.
uh, so has anybody been thirsty lately? Has anybody been their desire for a tasty beverage has increased as late? Because it's going
You
to get
know
worse.
what
Things are going
I
to get
could
worse.
go for?
And what's
Some
that?
dirty Fallout water, which we're not too far away
Ooh.
from, right?
Not too far off. Not too far off. Waiting for the giant roaches and scorpions to start coming out of woodworks.
Listen,
I mean, at this rate, if motherfuckers keep making these chat GPT pictures of themselves and destroying everything. So I'm gonna put a stat out there for everybody. We are 13 years away from not having any clean drinking water. We are drinking water bankrupt worldwide. And it's rapidly increasing because of AI. So I want everybody to think about something. Every time you do a Google search and you don't add minus AI, every time you make one of those little funky ass pictures that's not cool looking, like I don't give a fuck what y'all say, the shit doesn't look cool, it's not funny, it's not dope looking, none of that shit. Anytime that you have to make one of those videos of your favorite person doing something irregular, like Roman Reigns cursing out a basketball game because somebody said CM Punk is better at a high school, just remember that you are literally dumping out 5 gallons of water per keystroke. Think about that shit. 5 gallons of water per keystroke just to make yourself look like a fucking PJ's character or something off of Animaniacs. Listen, I, if I want to see myself animated, if I want to see myself in a cool position or as my favorite character or something like that, I have an artist that I contact. Y'all see the logo every week. I contacted an artist that we personally know. Spaz does great work, and I paid for
Amazing
that.
work.
Right. And you know what? It didn't take that long. It took a few days. He told me at one point he said he did one of them while he was on a break in between clients. You know what I mean? So if you want good work, you have to compensate people for it, not poison the earth, not continue destroying the earth. Dude, I get it. Y'all are so easily impressed by these new nigga technologies to steal from the boondocks. But all of this shit ain't great. Convenience at the sacrifice of everybody's health and well-being and the state of the planet is not fucking worth it. And like, yeah, it's funny that y'all both use the Fallout references because I know a lot of people watch Fallout, but y'all want to live in that world? Y'all want to trade bottle caps for sustenance? Y'all want to fucking be fighting death claws and shit like that, or running around looking like ghouls, or even worse, fucking centaurs? If you don't know what a centaur is from Fallout, please look it up. It's disgusting. But like, that's not a future that I want. Also, most of y'all got children. Y'all got young children. You don't think about what you're doing for them? Like in the world that you're leaving them? Like, come on, man. It's not that hard. It's actually quite simple.
Sorry, I was a little distracted. I'm actually I'm copying his Instagram into our Discord. If you want to get in touch with Spaz, you can do so through Instagram at the Cult of Spaz at Instagram. But I'm going to put the actual link to him in our Discord and probably in the if I can get it to work on the YouTube because I don't have Twitch
just
up.
to
But anyway,
lock in more of just put a foot on what Rick was saying about our freshwater resources on this world. Like the earth is 70-80% water. 97% of that is salt water. It is non-drinkable. It is non-potable water. So we have 1 to 3% of all of our drinking water that the earth of what's left to be our drinking water, our water for agriculture, our water for sanitation, all of that shit. We use 1 to 3% of all the Earth's water for those specific purposes. And that's how we sustain ourselves as a species and the rest of the fucking things on this planet. So it's like really important that we not waste fresh water. And these data centers waste fresh water. And it'd be one thing, it's like they waste fresh water in such a way that we cannot reclaim it.
Yeah.
Like we can't purify it again to make it drinking water again. We can't do that with the water they use on these data centers.
And you know what? Also, like, since we live in a world run by billionaires who are just hoarding everything, think about this: they buy up everything when they see things. They put us in these crises to buy up everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say they start buying up all the fresh drinking water. What else do data centers ruin? Well, it ruins the air. What if they start buying up fresh air deposits, or they start buying up these types of respirators or personal breathing apparatuses that we need because they've been inundated us with so many fucking data centers? You know what I mean? It also ruins the land. It raises the prices of your goddamn electric bills. So you're going to need something that whatever they might have, something they've already created to try and lessen your power bills. You know what I mean? But it's all a way. They look at us as an infinite money glitch. Right? That's all they see us as. And you guys are playing directly into their hands of them just being able to take and take and take until all we can do is die and die and die.
Or
Luigi was right.
I mean, it's but I'm really at the point where it's just like we got to talk to our own.
Yeah.
We got to tell our own people individually to stop utilizing, like shame them from doing it. When you see somebody you know putting it up, tell them why they should not be doing it, and just moving on. But it's because most people are not. Most human beings are stupid and ignorant. They're not going to listen. They're going to do things because they're stupid, ignorant, and greedy and selfish, ourselves included. We only care about ourselves realistically. So if you can try to talk to your own and get them in straight, we can try to do it incrementally, little by little. Um, yeah. So what do you guys plans for next weekend? Anything big? Anything major? I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're all gonna huddle together around a TV somewhere and celebrate CTE. I'm sorry, the big game. I'm sorry, we can't even say the name of it because they'll come after us.
You said next weekend. It's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
It's
That's
tomorrow.
That's how much I don't care. That's how much I do not care.
Well
I
done.
have not.
Well done.
I'm gonna go watch. I'm gonna go to my family's house and I'm gonna go for the commercials, and then I'm gonna be on my phone.
I'm gonna be there for the music.
I got to work tomorrow. So during the game, I'll be at work. But I will say this: speaking of shaming people about things that they really shouldn't be investing in, wherever you guys go, wherever anybody watching this goes, you're going to be somewhere. There's going to be a group of people who are huddled together who seem to be interested in the game, but they're also all staring at their phones. And they're overreacting to things that seem unnecessary or things that seem minuscule, right? Those are parlay pirates. Shame these people. You shouldn't be on DraftKings. You shouldn't be on I don't even know mostly, like I just know DraftKings because that's the one that I most recently seen. I don't bother with gambling. I think it's become more of an issue than people are willing to admit. Like young black men, especially if you have young teenage black men, just look at their feed sometime, especially if they're like your nephew or your son or whatever. It's all dick pills and gambling. Why are they pushing dick pills to teenagers? Why are they pushing gambling to teenagers? You know what I mean? Like, we have to, there are certain things that are so detrimental to our society, and people just think it's just something to just go along with and just have a good time with. No, like motherfuckers are losing their money. Motherfuckers are losing their shirts, their homes, their whatever, just because they have to get this 8-leg parlay. And it's just like, oh, this is easy money. All I got to do is throw my $2,500 rent check at it, and I made 10 stacks. No, dumbass. No, you're going to lose it all, and then you're going to lose your place. Then what are you going to tell your girl? Then you're going to have to pick up your PS4 and move on to the next girl's house because all you got is a PS4 and dick to offer. Like, it's just, it's such weirdo energy going on right now. Man, y'all got to stop that shit.
In happy news, DJ Bad Bunny won Album of the Year, and that's the only thing I'll be watching at tomorrow's game. In fact, I might just check it out on YouTube. All right, if y'all haven't listened to Debbie Terraro's Fotos, it's actually a really fucking good album. It's a very good fucking album. So shout out to Bad Bunny.
Listen, I don't know a goddamn thing that he's saying. My fault, Trey. I didn't mean to cut you off. I know you had to talk to you.
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah, I don't understand a damn thing he says because my Spanish is horrible. But that nigga be grooving though. I fucks with him.
I still fuck with him from him and Damian Priest in Puerto Rico. Like that was an amazing match that they had. The dude can wrestle too. He acts, he sings, he can wrestle, and he's funny on Saturday Night Live. He actually laughed at the skits they were doing on Saturday Night Live. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing that.
Also, Puerto Rico is America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
This
that's not
is for the
y'all.
people who doesn't know.
Oh, yeah.
For the
I'm
people
not
in the
saying-
back. He's saying it for the people in the
Right.
back.
God damn, fucking a former Hall of Fame NFL running back, fucking Eric Dickerson, a black man, running around talking about they need to get somebody from America. Nigga, come on, you not gonna let us other football players beat these allegations that we all don't have fucking brain disease. Like Puerto Rico is America. I need y'all to understand that we have American territories, y'all. They may not be states, but they are American territories. Go ahead, Lily.
No, I was basically going to say the same thing. I need people to learn more than just the 50 states.
Listen, at this, I don't think most people know all 50.
They don't, because where do they think New Mexico is?
Right, y'all motherfuckers wasn't watching Animaniacs. Y'all don't know Wacko's song.
I don't, but I still know the states.
Oh, you don't know Wacko's song?
Oh my God.
United States, Canada, Mexico, Canada, Haiti, Jamaica, Peru. Sorry. He actually has one about the states. But anyway, pause. Go upstairs. Pause. I'm sorry, I have children. Multiple. Speaking of which, happy birthday, Miles.
Yes,
shout
happy
out to
birthday,
him.
Miles.
That's why Herbito's Way is not on the episode today. Also see him in the comments.
Also, Herb, get out the comments. Go spend time with your family.
She took the words right out of my mouth. Get the fuck off the screen. But yeah, I hope that everything goes well for Bad Bunny, and hopefully there's no bad emails that come up about this later on. Speaking of which, have you guys ever heard of Jmail? I found out about this before the episode.
I did today. I was today years old when I learned about Jmail, but I will happily let y'all explain it because you know better than I do.
So we here at Gammablerds are very much so calling for the release of the Epstein files, but in the meantime, the DOJ has decided to grant us with
what was it, 3 million?
Yeah, most recently it was 3 million. 3 million pages.
Files that have been released. So somebody with a specific flavor of neurospicicity decided to create an email account just like you're logging in as Jeffrey Epstein, so you can actually see
like
the
you can
email.
see his email account. Like
yes,
it's like you're logging into
it.
Gmail and you can see the shit. It's
so literally just poetry. Go to Jmail. What is it? Yeah, jmail.world.
Yep.
And you can see verbatim that I don't think they have anything explicitly listed here. So if you're creepo, first off, get the fuck off my channel. Fuck you. But if they shouldn't have anything like that, but a lot of things have been redacted as far as names, but they have organized it as though it is a real email account.
Yeah.
So it's go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say also if you're someone who is of if Gmail isn't your thing and you don't like the interface for Gmail, but you're a LinkedIn person, someone has created one that looks like a LinkedIn profile as well. I believe that's called Epton. I think that one is. I forgot to look it up before the show. But yeah, there's a LinkedIn type of format for it. I went to the Justice Department, the Department of Justice's page. It's justice.gov/Epstein. That one is a little bit more specific because the government put it out there and they don't want y'all to. It's not user friendly. I'll say that. But basically, it's a search engine it's a search engine. You put a name in it, press search, and it'll give you how many times they're listed in the files or what goes along with that certain name. But yeah. Unlike what a lot of y'all did with Project 2025, please go and look into these things and see how your favorite shouldn't be your favorite and how a lot of people have been inundated with this also. Crazy thing, these people were so racist. Like, and you find out a lot of things. Two things that I found out from this most recent release of Epstein dockets or whatever is one, they really don't like black women. Like they exclusively wanted to exclude black women from the island. So I mean, I guess that's a win for black women and saving them from all of these creepy motherfuckers. But also another thing, how are you so uncool? How are you so creepy that you creep out a pedophile ring? Did anybody see Elon or hear about Elon Musk and his emails that to Jeffrey Epstein?
No.
He just sounded like a thirsty bitch. He just sounded. I want to go. I want to go to the party. I want to be a part of the party. I want to sit around a bunch of delegates. I want to party. Party?
And essentially they hit Elon with the "nah, you would kill the vibe" type of thing.
That's hilarious. Elon would harsh the vibe.
He's scaring the pedophile ring.
Actively trafficking people, all sorts of disgusting debauchery, and this man would harsh the vibe.
I found that to be absolutely funny. And then of course Elon goes on X. Excuse me. Oh, wow. Can't believe I said that. Elon goes on Twitter and says, "For those of you all that think that money can buy happiness, you don't understand the way the world works." So not only did he get excluded from the pedophilia ring, but he tried to make us feel sorry for him about getting excluded from it. I can't stand that dude or anything about him. He's the creepiest of the creepy, and it's just been proven by him being excluded from ever being coming to the island and getting and essentially getting sent a voicemail.
Dude, like, what, I can't even imagine what I would do with $15 billion, but I definitely know I'd be happy, and I wouldn't be doing that bullshit. Like, get the fuck out. You
said 15 billion?
I'm sorry, not 15 billion. I know he has damn near a trillion at this point. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
He's at 744 billion.
Yeah, exactly. So, wait, you said
he could have bought Netflix anyway.
Rick, you're gonna lead this next one. So apparently, I've been out of the loop as far as comics has been concerned for a little bit right now. I've been doing some things, shaking some things up, but there's been a new introduction into the DC landscape.
Yeah, so essentially what we have now, at the end of Teen Titans number 32, there's a character that they're kind of alluding to throughout it, and you don't really know who it is. And then it pops up that at the end, it happens to be Static Shock. And Static Shock shows up, helps out the Teen Titans, and kind of kicks Granny Goodness and some of her cronies back to Apocalypse. And I looked into this a little bit further. Essentially, what we're about to get is DC is about to start folding in some of the milestone heroes into the main DCU after they've not been around for a very long time. We've already seen, there is a series going on right now that's a crossover between Batman Beyond and Static Shock. The first issue wasn't that great, but it started to pick up. I just read issue number 3. That's really good. But I was pleasantly surprised with seeing Static Shock show up in the main DCU, especially right now during DCKO with the tournament going on. So yeah, that's a big thing, you know what I mean? Because for those of you for the uninitiated who don't know, Milestone Comics was a black-owned and black-operated comic company started by Dwayne McDuffie. It's some iconic heroes, pun not intended, but you had Icon, you had Hardware, you had Static Shock, and this company was bought by DC, and essentially they've been on the shelf for about 15 years now. But we're going to get them folded in, and hopefully, James Gunn, I'm talking to you, maybe essentially down the line we get to see some of these characters make their way into the DCEU, which I would just love.
Facts. I heard about this Static coming to the DC Comics proper through Fantastic Frankie on the internet. So if you don't follow her, she's another black content creator that does a lot of stuff between movies, television, comic books, and that form of media. And she covered that this week in her content.
Read debate. She owes me a read debate.
Fantastic Frankie?
Yes, I got set up. That's why he's looking down. That's why he hasn't looked up. Because I ended up fighting a battle for Trey and Herb that I didn't even know I was in.
And then she wouldn't pick it back up when I was on a panel at the time. Okay, it's not my fault. It's not. It was worse because it was somebody else who was talking to her.
I'm not gonna revisit this. Moving
yeah,
along.
no. I mean, and most we okay. We are in the month of February, my favorite month because it's my birthday month. Next week, holla at your boy. Anyway, um,
A.
but while we are in this beautiful month of February, the shortest month of the year, thank you, white people, for giving us the short month. Um, we are celebrating Black History Month. And recently, as of I think about a couple of days ago,
It
one of
was.
my favorite YouTube creators, Rob Jefferson, Comics Explained, got in a little bit of turmoil on the internet via Twitter, of course, where he was being accused of being a coon, unfortunately, because he doesn't big up or shine spotlights, much like uh, Ernie does on shit. I forgot Ernie's page. Forgot.
I think
Sorry.
it's like
Blur
Black
without
Com.
beer.
Yeah, yeah,
Blur
yeah.
Without Fear. Sorry, I was jumbling things in my head. My bad. Ernie's been on shows that we've had before, friend of the channel. Um, it would be great if we can get Rob on here, but that's maybe further down the line. But people were getting mad because Rob was not spotlighting black characters during Black History Month.
I won't say
Now,
people. I'll say like one person in particular. Like they post that, and then people hopped on.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. So I don't think it's fair to do that. He's a Rob Comics Explained is the biggest comic book YouTuber out there. Period. Like there's some characters you wouldn't have any idea about because if he didn't do a video about it. Like people like me who for a time couldn't afford to go to buy comics relied on that guy to give me the information or give me my comic book fix. So, and like I don't think it's fair to do that. I think that he's in a position where he's going to give you the broad spectrum and he has a bigger audience. Now, yes, you should, but not necessarily has to. I think that he should do it, but he doesn't necessarily have to because of the platform that he has. But what do you guys think about the way he does his content and the comment of him being called a coon?
I will say what he how he has decided to defend himself has not aided him in my opinion. He's not beating the allegations in the way he's talking about this conversation. And not because he's I don't know, being like super self-hating or something like that, but because it's the absence of self-love, right? That's what it comes across as more so than anything else. He comes like the way when he talks in some of his responses or in some of his follow-up tweets about it, he's like, POC have been some of the most racist people to me, hands down, or something to that effect. And I'm sitting here like that is what a white person would say. You sound like you have grown up outside of community with black people, and right now it's really showing itself. That's what it sounds like. And with the size channel that he has, he probably does have a mostly white audience, and his white audience is very comfortable with him. There's a reason why his white audience is very comfortable in watching his content. If you ever find yourself in a web discussion, web argument, and the white people are hook, line, and sinker siding with you as a person of color, black person, supposedly self-loving, you have to question yourself.
You've gone too far down the wrong path.
Like if I'm ever in an argument and I see a Klan member take my side, I'm sitting down.
I'm immediately changing my position. All right. So let me start this off by saying, Trey put me on to Rob's channel. Rob is what got me back. Honestly, like, and I mean this in the most respectful way I can. Rob got me back into buying comic books. Mm-hmm. Like I was following his channel, I was keeping up to date with his videos. And it made me want to get back into the comic book stores and buying comics. And now I've had this every Wednesday addiction. I'm in that bitch every Wednesday like a crack addict. It's crazy. So shout out to Rob and all of that.
You got any more of that Spider-Man?
Right. But with that being said, I have felt the type of way about watching Rob's videos. I've felt the type of way about, when you become interested, when you interested in someone's content, you're going to follow them social media wise. You know what I mean? And I'm the person who watches the interactions, who watches the way that they speak. I listen for what's said. I also listen for what's not said. And Lillian, you kind of hit the nail on the head for me as far as it goes with Rob. I paid attention to the way that he interacts with certain people. I paid attention to how he's reacted to certain things or his non-reaction to certain things.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to be said there. And I get it. I get it. You have this massive channel, and yes, you become a cross. I hate to say crossover star, but that's essentially what it is. You become white people famous. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to placate to your white audience for the sake of your blackness. And yes, I understand that a lot of people who in the blurred space, you know what I mean? You have had bad interactions with people of color, and but there is also a massive, massive blurred community out here that is looking to love and support all of us who are in this space, because we know how cold and how mean the world can be to us. And sometimes that is from our own. I would love to sit and have a conversation with Rob. I would love to actually, see his experiences and where he comes from, and extend to him that love and support that can come from this community. You know what I mean? Because honestly, that's what I feel like a lot of it comes from. I hate to do this because it might come off as disrespectful, but I'm just going to do it anyway because it wouldn't be me if it wasn't. And I'm willing to talk about this with anyone. I watched Rob's video on Comic Historian when he passed away.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot there. There's a whole lot there. You know what I mean? And again, I get that he lost a friend, but also like it's the reaction seemed. It kind of showed me. It showed me by looking into his body language. It showed me exactly what I hoped I didn't want to see. And honestly, like, I saw a person of color who favors non-people of color, right? And that's kind of like, that's where I felt like this. Honestly, I'm surprised it took this long for this to happen, because I kind of felt like it would have happened a lot sooner. But this whole interaction doesn't surprise me, and Rob's reaction doesn't surprise me. But again, I would love to sit down with him and just, kind of shoot a back and forth and like go over experiences that we've both gone through in life, and just, kind of find some common ground to see where his perspective is and see where people who are coming at him's perspectives are.
So like, I think the biggest thing that I want to, I guess, delicately address isn't like, I'm not trying to criticize him like Rob is wrong, he feels exactly this kind of way. Not so much, like, I wouldn't go that far. Like, I wouldn't call him a coon myself. That's not how I use coon for, like, the Uncle Ruckus step and fetch it ass people on the internet.
Yeah. Right.
I wouldn't go that far about Rob. Do I see some things that would not lead me to feel completely safe in his channel? Sure. But that's just, I keep scrolling. I find other places where I do feel comfortable. And the way people who grow up outside of Black community talk about racism, discrimination, things like that, they will always call discrimination racism when it comes from POC or other Black people. They will always do that. But when Black people are talking about racism, we're not talking about someone called me an African booty scratcher from elementary school. We're not talking about that. We're talking about people who have been antagonistic toward us and our communities and our families, who are non-Black.
Yeah.
And
so
getting that mixed up lets me know who you hang around with the most.
Fair. So do you think that, because from my understanding, he's from the Midwest, not saying it's an excuse or anything like that, but he is either from the Midwest or from the East Coast. Don't know him personally, but their personalities or their mannerisms may favor more white leaning. Yes, but I don't get that. I don't get coon from him. I don't get Uncle Ruckus. I don't get that from him at all. I think that he has spotlit Black characters on his channel.
Spotlit some of the biggest Black characters.
Yes. And one thing that Ernie was saying in Ernie's video about it is that, much like me, I don't know much about Milestone Comics. I'm a Marvel DC guy and occasionally an Image guy. And that I've never touted myself as being a comic expert. I know everything about comics. No, I know about the things that I enjoy. And I'm not saying I wouldn't enjoy Milestone or any other individual, but that's the way the world is. Most Black characters are going to be made on in on indie projects, and sometimes we'll get like I like the who we had them on Blerds of Whiskey back in the day. The was it Untouchables or Unforgettable? It was a comic creator we had on the show, and they had a series that we bought. Like we
Mhm.
didn't buy it, we bought the issues to it, loved it, but that's all. That's as far as they got with their series. They got 2 issues, and that was it. So some people just may not know about it. Much like Ernie was saying, Rob didn't know much about Milestone to bring up more of those characters when they had their own individual conversations.
I
So
think what
I'm
he
not gonna
would
say
that original post was bringing up in a way that a lot of people don't really like it, because he didn't bring it up in like eloquent language. They're missing the point. It's not that
Mhm.
you're not supporting black people enough. It's like you don't feel any reason to look for yourself in other places.
Mhm.
So, and that was about to be my point. So I get that. I get that he may not know about it, but also you can't. If I had the largest comic book platform on YouTube or one of the largest, guess what I would be doing? I would cover the mainstream stuff, but also, even if the videos aren't doing numbers like that, or if I notice that half my audience isn't doing it, as a black man in this country in this day and age, it is also my responsibility to get that stuff out there. And again, I get that my way of thinking isn't everybody's, but also there's some like that's my whole thing. That whole response, he doesn't feel the responsibility of it. You know what I mean? And there's a responsibility as being a black man to educate yours and ours and yourself about who we are and us as a people. You get what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Yeah.
that's kind of what I've kind of felt like that's the thing that has been lacking from Rob's channel, in my opinion, to me.
Like for
But
me
also, he showed up on Trap Nerds.
also, that's interesting. So when I'm not a big comic book person. I expect at least what I give to others, or at least what I expect for myself is what I expect from other people. So even in my comic book journey, you'll see me with weird shit on my shelves.
Yeah.
Like I prefer going through stacks and seeing what I can find that's off the beaten path. That's just my personality a lot of the time, but you'll see like I don't know how many comic books I have. You'll see me with popular stuff because X-Men's my favorite title, but also you'll see me with stuff that I won't say hardly anyone knows about, that is much lesser known, like Saga or How I Got You, Trey, into Lore Olympus and things like that.
You didn't get me into Laura. I was reading Laura. You know, we getting the show.
Yes,
Sorry,
I
sorry,
did
we're having a
catch.
whole nother
We
conversation.
we did
Sorry.
we did do that. We are getting a show, and I'm very excited. But yeah, it's stuff like that. Like you're gonna find diversity in my shelf because I'm looking for different iterations of myself or different kinds of people in the media I consume. If you
Yes.
have the biggest comic book channel on YouTube and you aren't diversifying what you're talking about, it shows a lot about your interests. And when it's like showing a lot about your interests, I have to question why those are your specific interests. You know, like just shrink them a little bit.
Okay. I could see that. I could see that. So yeah, ultimately, Rob, you got to expand your interest. you gotta you gotta
You
expand
gotta
your interest.
diversify your bonds, nigga.
Yes. Yes. Uh, but yeah, hopefully one day we'll get to have that conversation. Well, maybe he'll see this and he'll be willing to come on Gammablerds or have a sit down conversation in Discord with us. Who knows? It could the
well,
future,
well, the
you know.
the sky's the limit, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Because I still love his channel, but also I'm a mainstream comic primarily guy, but I'll read other stuff like Lore Olympus. We didn't talk about that on this show, did we? We didn't talk about
We
Lore. Rick,
didn't.
have
We're
you ever
gonna
read
have
Lore
to.
Olympus?
No, but y'all both got me interested in it. Now,
All right,
don't worry
so
about it. Wednesday is rapidly approaching.
Yeah. Start slow because you gotta start yourself one trade a month because you will read the whole thing immediately. It is a page turner. But anyway, um, speaking of good things that have come out,
yes.
we just had Wonder Man drop. I finished it. Rick finished it. Lillian's still on episode 5, so we're only going to talk about episode 5, which featured none other than the Doorman. Um,
Yes.
the Doorman
Yes.
is a unique character. He's primarily from the Great Lakes Avengers. He has the ability to create portals essentially in his body. They actually had him in the authentic suit, which I loved. So my love of things comic was kicking in there. And but overall, I can't. We don't want to spoil it for her. But Wonder Man was wonderful. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It was like even my fiance sat down and watched a couple episodes with me, and she enjoyed it. Like it's something you can watch and not have to be a comic book nerd essentially to grasp what's going on. You don't need to know much about the major outside MCU cosmology was what's going on. You can just digest the series itself and enjoy it for a almost buddy cop, not buddy cop because they're not cops, but a buddy movie essentially. Or
It's one of those odd couple buddy situations.
odd couple. Yes, I couldn't think of the word, but that is what it gave me, and I hope they get a season 2. I would love to see
It
it get
deserves a
season
season 2. I'm not even done with the damn series.
Well, I'm glad y'all said that. Apparently, it's being pushed. It is heavily. We're more than 90% in favor of going with the Wonder Man season 2. I want to say this though. So, Ironheart, fantastic, no promotion. Eyes of Wakanda,
Fan-fucking-tastic.
no promotion. Wonder Man,
Fantastic.
amazing, no promotion. What's the one thing that unites all of them together and why they get no promotion? Say it loud, they're black and they're proud. But all of these shows are fucking fantastic and you just don't push any of them. But we keep on, like, we get inundated with, like we got a trailer for Daredevil and Daredevil doesn't come out for another, 2 months?
2 months, yeah.
No, March is next month.
We got the Daredevil trailer at the end of January because it came out I believe
we got a teaser. Yeah,
it came out a day before Wonder Man. It was attached to Wonder Man actually. I remember watching a couple episodes and it was attached to it. You know what I mean? But again, we're getting promotion for that. Like that's the most frustrating part. As I sat there and watched Wonder Man, like that's all I could think about is how, you know what I mean, most people didn't even know that this show was coming out. And it just so happened to be amazing. So of course the word of mouth is going to spread. But not to get too deep into the woods though, I really enjoyed it. Ben Kingsley as Trevor Slattery. I was pissed off at Iron Man 3. Not gonna lie to you, I was pissed off at it. But Ben Kingsley is just an amazing actor. We're not gonna talk about the Gandhi thing, but like he's just one of the greatest actors of all time, and he just continues to reinforce it every time he steps on the screen as Trevor Slattery. And also, when he steps back into that Mandarin role, chills. You'll never see me coming. Sorry.
What you've seen so far, Lillian, what do you think of the show?
Why'd that man touch that goo?
That was the most unblack thing.
That was the most unbelievable part of the entire series. Unbelievable. That's proof he been in California too long. Them Californians got to him. He touched that street goo in downtown LA. What is wrong with you?
And didn't look at the thing that said Roxanne on the side.
Oh, I was about to say, that's the thing about Doorman that messed me up. He was so just like Lillian, you said it. That California got way too much into him because not only did you touch some goo, but then also if you live in the Marvel world, you know that anything that says Roxanne, cross the street, nigga. Get away from it now because it's problematic. And not only did he get closer to the Roxanne goo,
he touched the shit. He's like, what is this gooey shit? Treat it like it's Bourbon Street water.
You ate your dog, nigga. You ate your own dog. Ugh.
Where is Josh Gad at? Where is Josh?
Find Josh.
Yo. Yeah, hey. So that's the episode that me and Ashley watched. So when they got to the club part, when Josh Gad is on the stage singing "Summer," I need a whole remix of that. I need a whole remix of that damn song.
Do y'all know that that's his real singing voice?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sounded like
that's
it.
His actual. Right. I was like, that's well, they got Josh to sing on set. That's outstanding.
It's more than J-Law would do.
Listen, my
youngest.
She's.
I stirred the pot a little bit.
She's a real sleep paralysis demon. Real quick, just because this is a character that Lillian has already seen. Hey Trey, do you think that Eric Williams is going to become who we think he's going to become?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. And he's already intimidating and imposing. So we're not going to get a little, no offense to the twinks out there, we're not going to get a twink Grim Reaper. We're not getting that. We're getting a full on, I'm going to beat your ass. And I'm big, black, and Haitian. And I'm going to lose this hand. And I'm going to get a fucking, I'm so psyched. And I can't wait.
Also, can we talk about how black Wonder Man is? It is a black show. Like him
I
talking
love
about
his
code
mom.
switching. Yeah,
the people speaking Haitian Creole in front of him about him to his face, like he didn't understand them, was insane. Insane.
Listen, I have a close friend who is Haitian Creole, and having been at a party and had that happen to me, I felt some type of way about that. It was just a really good show, and Yahya Abdul-Mateen. I hate for when him and Sam Wilson have a face off again, because that's gonna be some awkward shit crossing over from another show. But yeah, everything else about it I enjoyed.
Also, quick shout out, because I remember like he talked about, he's like, oh, something Captain America at the party, and he's like, that's a regular dude with a shield.
He did. I have to pause. Thank you, Rick, for putting that trauma back in my head from Black Mirror. Thank you so much.
Man,
Striking Vipers, look at him.
Y'all watched the episode. Sucks to suck, nerds.
Oh, listen, I watched it when it first came out, and I was like, I'm never going to financially recover from this.
Me and Cam have not played Street Fighter since. Gabe, I'm on the show.
Gabe, go away.
Gabe is telling us that it's time for us to end this shit.
Yeah,
it is.
fair.
It is time to wrap things up. But we had a great time having these conversations. If you're still here watching with us, please like the video, share the video to some like-minded people who like to have these conversations, and subscribe to Gammablerds. We can only get bigger if you help us do so. And of course, liking the video definitely helps us immensely. So please, if you can, we greatly appreciate it. But that's our show. Tell everybody we can find you. I'm Trey Proper. You find me everywhere, Trey Proper. I ain't posting shit no more because I'm busy.
Lillian Des on the internet. Find me if you dare.
And I'm at hashtag Camism or at hashtag Cope45 podcast or who else can I?
Nah, just stick with Cope45. We had Cleo Thomas on the show at Cope45. Yes, we did.
I'm your murkified, mochified merge on.
Merge on is crazy. Wrap it up, man. Wrap it up.
That's my first. I don't know you.
We'll catch you. Oh, wait. Are we? No, next week is Valentine's Day. We
ain't doing shit. You know we ain't doing shit.
We know what's about to happen. All right. We'll catch you guys. We'll let you know when we're coming back. But love you. Thank you for joining us. Like the video, share the video, subscribe. We'll catch you next time. Peace.
Bye.